So happy Sunday and welcome to my week 2 check-in of how my WildFit journey, round 2, I guess, is going. This week has been a tougher week. It was super busy, as I believe everyone's week has been with the holidays coming really soon, couple days. So it was a bit more of a challenging one. I had a few things slip in, tried a few things, and it was interesting. So the first little experiment or big thing that happened that slipped in is I had a little bit of refined sugar and didn't really know that it would affect me as much as it did. It was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I haven't had refined sugar in over a year and a half. Don't really ever crave it. So when I actually had it and noticed myself having it and wanting it and craving it, it was an interesting cycle, and I got super tired, and like about 30 minutes after, I was super out of it, like on a literal sugar high. Couldn't really focus on anything, was kind of like, oh, I'm here, but I'm not here. And that was really interesting to experience. And I don't ever want to experience it again. So yeah, that was a big thing from this week, was having that just little bit of sugar. And it's crazy how just a little tiny bit can switch your state and how you're feeling and what you're doing, like really quickly. Really quickly. So the other big thing that happened from this week is, well, from having that little bit of slip, I was really tired, like extremely tired. Again, similar to last week, but this week was more just kind of the build-up, stress, the busyness, the holidays, so many people everywhere when you go downtown, just all of that combined, I was exhausted. And how I dealt with that is I actually let my body sleep because it needed it. So just when your body's telling you, you gotta listen sometimes. So that's what I did. Slept way more than normal, but feeling quite a bit better. Another thing that I noticed and realized this week, it is something that I've kind of already known myself. I don't believe I shared it last week. And I do share this with my clients often, but foods bring about different emotional responses. We have different emotional attachments to different foods. Say if you're happy, you'll crave a different food than if you're sad, or if you're missing someone, or if you're angry and frustrated, or if you're stressed. Like most of the time, it's different foods and different things you crave, or you have different patterns. Maybe if you're mad, you don't eat. You have so much anger in you, you just don't eat. Or if you're like me, if you're stressed, you just constantly snack. Constantly have to be eating something. But I really realized this week what cookies were for me. Cookies have been my biggest challenge. I think anyone who has watched or followed me a little bit knows that I used to eat 5 Oreos before 10 a.m. Like that was a normal day for me, especially when I was driving truck and working in construction. That's what got me to work. I was like, yeah, I get to have my Oreos again. So 5 cookies a day is normal. It was very normal. And I really went on this week to dig a bit deeper as to why I love cookies so much. And being around the holidays, it really just reminds me that cookies mean family. Cookies mean love. They're like, literally like eating a hug. It's giving me that emotional response that I need to just feel loved and warm, and just that feeling you get from being around all of your family and the ones you love. That's what cookies are. So definitely learning that this week was kind of like a big aha moment. And it was neat to listen to and hear within myself. The other big thing that happened this week, well, because it's getting into the holiday season, is I had a big staff Christmas party. And that was not a challenge. For some people, that would be like scary, intimidating. It's a challenge. What am I going to eat? I'm going to be the odd one out. I always go into those kind of big parties already eaten, so I'm not hungry and inclined to eat, and with the idea that I don't have to eat anything. I don't put that pressure on myself that because I was invited somewhere, I have to eat. That is a rule and a norm. I don't let that be a rule or a norm for myself. So the staff party went way better than I thought it would. I guess I didn't really think it'd go badly, just no willpower. You might think it'd be a little different, but no, it was really good. I used my distractions and I didn't really let anyone's comments about, well, you should be eating, well, we shouldn't eat in front of you, get to me, because, well, it doesn't really bother me at all. The one thing I did do though is I did try the turkey. We had a big turkey dinner, and the turkey definitely had wheat in it, and I noticed that about 5 minutes, 10 minutes after, and learnt my lesson from there, that even though someone says, yeah, you should eat it, you should try it, doesn't mean you should listen, because ultimately it's you who has to feel the consequences after and not them. So, holidays, getting through. I have a couple clients right now who are kind of like, I don't know, like this is a hard time of year, and yes, it is a hard time, but it is like the best time of year to take charge of your health, because while holidays, for one, most of the times you're sick or you're tired or you're stressed and you don't feel on top of your game. So for me, it's been great to actually, like, I have to eat this week, I have to work on this, because it keeps me on top of my game, and that's why, another reason I'm doing the challenge now, because I could have easily waited to January, but doing it now is really helping with that. So, couple tips for you though, if you're not on WildFit or thinking about it, definitely increase your water during the holidays. Like, my goal right now is at least 2 liters a day. During the holidays, if I'm feeling like, oh, I kind of want that, but I know I shouldn't have it, then I'll just have even more water. And that normally gets rid of that kind of craving or hunger. Another big thing that I personally do is I make my own baked goods. If I'm going to like a Christmas party or I'm going to visit people, I will bring my own baked goods that don't hurt and that I can eat. And then I don't have to be like, oh, well, I don't want your cookies because I can't have them. I just am like, oh, here's some cookies that I brought that we can all share. That's how I do it. I think that's all for this week. The only other big tip I can give you is that I'm learning myself is I don't actually drink water unless I have my water bottle on me. So a big thing for me this week is to keep my water bottle full and pretty much attached to my hip all day so that I'm actually getting my 2-liter water intake. And that is what I will be working on, but I hope a couple things in here resonated with you and will help you get through the challenge or maybe consider doing it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season if you're watching it the Sunday before Christmas. And if not, have a great day, and I will see you guys next week. Subscribe to watch the next video.